Hi. So we are about to crash the 3 o'clock tour at FantomWorks, and so if you have any questions, just send them in and I will ask Dan your questions. So let's come in here, and if we get any questions, we'll ask Dan.
Anything else is all other things put together. All right, so hang on, Audrey's going to. So tell me when we go.
Oh, we're already live.
Okay, we're live. All right, so those of you watching us on Facebook, we are in a question and answer session here at the shop, in the malt shop. And if any of you on Facebook have a live question you want to ask, I will do my damnedest to ask it, and I will answer literally anything. You may not like the answer, but I'll answer it. All right, who else here has a question while we're waiting on one of those? Yes, sir.
What experience do you have in aluminum-bodied automobiles? I have a friend of mine who has a '64 Ferrari, aluminum-bodied touring coupe he picked up when we were stationed in Italy together. He lives in Texas now. But he had all of the initial work done in Italy, and I'm wondering whether he might want to talk to you about his automobile.
Doing a Ferrari aluminum body is not a big deal for us. You know, it's obviously TIG welding. You know, it requires different welding and different fabrication techniques, but quite honestly, it's another metal, and it's a metal we work fairly commonly in. The one that we haven't done, probably the only automotive material ever used that we haven't done yet, is working in pure magnesium.
Are you doing any road trips in the near future?
Oh, yes. Our next big road trip, of course, is the greatest road trip in America, which is Route 66. Only when we do them, we do every single mile, and that includes the dirt roads and the really nasty ones, including those with like monster potholes. So it will be March or April, but on your calendar, March or April of 2018. So just a little over a year from now. Yes, sir.
Dan, I know you did this. What were you doing to get into this? I mean, is it something that you learned from the ground up?
I was doing drugs.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Bad moment. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Yeah. As far as, let me try and answer that as quickly as I can.
Right.
I set up FantomWorks to be what you now see. I wanted to create an environment that people could actually walk in and go, this isn't just a garage.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, you two, the fairer sex, are people that I actually aimed for. Is that I didn't want a garage that was so intimidating that people felt like, big sweaty ass cracked guys, that you couldn't talk to. I didn't want that kind of a garage, and I thought if we made it look nice and sort of a unique and friendly environment, that people would be more inclined to feel comfortable, and it would help build an air of trust. Then the next one was, how do we actually tell people the truth and not hurt their feelings? Well, I figured out I couldn't do it without hurting their feelings, so I said, piss on that. I will just tell them the truth, whether we hurt their feelings or not. And I will tell you, black and blue for the first several years, because everybody wants to hear. I'm convinced people want to be lied to. Okay, I'm convinced of it. Everybody can say no, but people want to be lied to. Of course, we can restore your $400,000 Ferrari for $28. And I'm just not one who subscribes to that lie. So I told the truth, and it really pissed a lot of people off. But those that it didn't piss off went, wait a second, that makes sense. And then suddenly we started getting a more genuine sort of customer base. Yes.
All right, so we have a bunch of highs from Paris and Brazil. We have someone that says that they love that you take nothing. And then we have someone asking, do you ever want to slap a customer for being unreasonable? Particularly, wait.
Time.
Particularly the red 66 Mustang that we did for the Navy guy.
Oh, wait a second. I have to be very careful about naming names and things because we just don't want to do that. So we will ignore the red Volkswagen guy for a moment. I've actually wanted to slap several other customers way more even than him. If you agree to build someone a thing to a certain standard, and you have at least hit that standard, and then they decide they want something for free or they want just more, and this is their opportunity to get it. Those are the people that I actually want to slap the most.
Machine guns.
No, the machine. Are you kidding? That guy? I love that guy. He was great. Adding machine guns. Right. Well, adding machine guns. Don't get me wrong. That's weird, and he really asked for those, and we really did them. But that didn't bother me at all. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was crazier than hell, but that's different from upsetting me. What upsets me is and this man we didn't do on the TV show, but we built his, I think it was a Packard, and he was an asshole. Okay, the whole time. And I did it because we needed to work, but he was an asshole. Now, I'm very fortunate that I photographed him and his car the moment they came in. I used to walk around with a camera, and this was my insurance policy. So I was sort of expecting him to be a dick. And the day he came to pick up his car, and we did everything he wanted, only he looked at his car and said, "You've damaged my car, and you will pay for that," and just got belligerent about it. I said, "Come here." We walked over to my computer, I pulled open the pictures, showed him that dent on his car. As he was handing me the keys the day he dropped it off, I said, "Get the hell out of my shop." Did I want to slap him? I wanted to kick him right in the testicles. I didn't want to just stop at slapping him. And we have people that do that crap to us all the time. So, yes, those are the people that piss me off.
What is our hourly rate?
The hourly rates here range from about 70 to 85. And what I tell people is, in the end, when the bill is all said and done, it's actually averaged close to about 70. Okay, so even our rates, if you look at the estimates, it'll say 85. When you actually count the hours in the end and count the price of the labor, you will see that it tends to average 70.
Have you guys ever taken on a diesel truck or as a rad project and custom fitting an old cab on a newer chassis with a diesel engine?
Wow. Have we ever? No. Have I been asked to do it 100 times? Diesels bring their own sort of dynamic into it. Just as a quick number, I own a diesel truck and the fuel pressure on it is 2,500 psi. So when you're dealing with systems like that, I mean, very few people understand those systems. I really don't like getting into completely ridiculous science projects unless someone has the money for it. And generally speaking, people that want these 100,000, 200,000 diesel science projects always have a $12,000 budget. And that is the number one reason I've never been willing to do one yet, is because people are unrealistic. I had a man who called me up and asked me to build him the Duesenberg Simone. Now, let me tell you what a Duesenberg Simone was. It was the car that was the collaboration between Duesenberg and Delahaye. It would have been the most expensive car the planet has ever seen. And it was stopped in the beginning of production because a little man named Hitler started running through Germany and just upsetting everyone. So they had to stop production of the car. So it would have had to have been hand-built from the beginning, and he had part of the plans for it. Well, you would have to start on a car like that with a budget of probably $3 or $4 or $5 million. So we spent 6 months talking about it. He said, "I have the money to build it, I want to do it." Then he came out and said, "My budget is $100,000. $100,000 to hand build a prototype of the most expensive car that the world would have ever seen. Okay, these are the kind of people that you just look at and say, can you possibly be that dumb? Well, apparently there are a lot of those people.
Customers take drugs too, right?
Oh, I have more hallucinogenic drugs in customers than anything you can possibly imagine. Yes.
Will we be at the East Coast Indoor Nationals in December?
No. We have too many shows. There are 5,000 shows we get invited to a year, and we go to about 2, and that's not one of them.
Do we do any newer models? Anything after 2000? After
2000. We don't do anything after 1973. God and the EPA put emission controls on cars starting in 73 and made car building almost impossible. In fact, most people aren't aware that a single modification to a fuel map on a car built after 1973, which obviously includes everything after that, is a $50,000 per vehicle fine for me. And being on television and having a fairly famous shop means they will come after my ass and they will get me.
Is the dog real? She hasn't moved the entire time we've been live.
Are you a real girl?
I think they're talking about Nikki's behind you.
Oh, that one. No, that one's this one is stuffed.
And do you see your shop working on imports?
We do imports. We've got an Aston Martin, a VW, a Ferrari. Yeah, folks. Yeah, we do imports all the time. We just do the right imports, not the wrong imports. Like, we're not going to do a Yugo for anyone ever under any circumstances.
Yugo.
Yeah. What's that? A Duchevaux. There you go. We've got a Duchevaux.
Huh. Do you know a guy named Tony, and his last name, everyone on here can see it. So
Yes,
it's,
I know Tony.
Okay, he said, ask what year your silver Aston Martin is. You said any question.
Ask what year. It's a 2012 Rapide.
Cool.
Beautiful car.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Land Rover Defender built by you guys.
We've done a few of those in the past, not on TV. We've done both the Defenders and the... oh, come on. I'm
Discovery.
The Discovery, thank you. They're okay, but they are very, very glitchy and quirky. Quirky, there's a better word. They're kind of quirky vehicles that I'm always a little bit reticent to take on stepping into a punji pit on purpose. So if I see the punji sticks and the little poo on top of them, I tend to turn and walk away. And those cars, you'll throw a ton of money at them, and in the end, you still have a kind of a quirky vehicle.
You have some military experience, or you just picked that up?
A lot. I was Special Forces A-Team member, Halo Scuba guy. I was a test pilot and a program manager. Yeah.
Shit, what'd you fly? I'm a 20-year Air Force
mostly rotary wing, but I flew some fixed wings.
20 years Air Force guy, and then I flew for FedEx. I flew jets for 39 years.
Okay, Air Force, good alternative to the armed services.
If you didn't want to work,
I am not nice. My dad was in the Air Force for 4 years. So. All right, one more question, and then it's about time for us, because you guys can't still be watching this on Facebook Live.
Yeah, they are. Tell us how your Route 66 experience was.
Oh, I will try and make this... I could talk about this subject for 8 hours.
He's not lying.
It is the closest thing to a magical road trip, if you do it right, that you will ever experience. You get in an old car, you get on Route 66, avoid all freeways, actually get your maps. I travel with a set of 1957 maps in the car, which only show the highways that existed in 57, so there are no freeways on it. And then we make a point of stopping at only the little tiny cafes, the old beat-up or run-down restaurants, the motels, not the hotels. We never stay in Marriott's. We only stay in, like Fred's Arrow Motel. And look, I unfortunately didn't get a chance to drive Route 66 in 1957, but I've come damn close to it by taking an old car, and you will meet people that will become your friends. You will have experiences that are, and it is the closest thing to time travel you will ever do. It's a week or two of magic, and I would recommend it for any old car enthusiast.
You did a good job on the website.
Oh, thank you. All right, so one last question from the audience, and then it's time for Audrey to take you away, and the three of us have a date.
Say bye, Dan.
Bye-bye. Thank you for showing up.
Some of the cars that sit out front in the...
Okay, I saw that we had a few questions that Dan is not able to get to. The Chevelle that we built for the Wounded Warrior, he actually has that. He is in Florida. picking cars for the show, it's a little bit different. It goes into the owner's story of the vehicle. We try to give y'all a little bit of diversity. We try not to give you the same thing every week. Let's see. I know I say a lot, so I apologize. Let's see. We are doing another season, so I'm so sorry for all the reruns, but it really does take a long time to do these. We do love baby birds. We do. We have not worked on any of those Mazdas before. Dan's favorite car is actually a vehicle that we have taken to SEMA. It is a red Corvette that is a convertible that we have a split window top on that we did. But it actually has a back seat as well, so the rear valance can change out, which is actually really cool. Hi! We are going to start to go Facebook Live more. We are really, really trying. It's just really crazy. Yes, a lot of air ride. Let me say it like that. We have a few air rides coming out. We did an air ride on that 72 hearse, which was so much fun. Being on the show, no, people don't get compensated for really being on the show, because them coming in and doing the meetings and stuff, all of that is stuff that we would have them do anyways. There's just a camera. And actually a lot of our customers really enjoy it. It's fun to play on camera, every once in a while. It's pretty cool, and you get a lot of people that love your cars, and so it's actually a really great experience. A lot of them really do enjoy it. Thank you very much. I have actually been at FantomWorks for about 7 years now. It'll be 8 years in November, so I just hit my 7-year mark. I was here before the show and all of that. It's very, lots of diversity, everything like that. Yes, we are very excited for the new season. Does Dan own another shirt than the same one? Actually, that is our main design, and so we actually sell probably at this point like 10 different designs, but that's the original. And it works when you're filming to have the same shirt. And so I swear that it's different. It's just the same design. So he's not literally wearing the same shirt every day. Any other questions before I hop off here really quick? I got to take all these people that are in here around the building, so I can do one more question. Oh, thank you. Gracias, I think. Thank you. We work very hard with our team to make sure that everybody is top-notch and knows what they're doing, and everyone is really eager to learn, and everyone does amazing. Are some of the cars really that dirty, or does the show alter that? No. Everything that is on the show is not altered. Has there ever been a car that they gave up on? If you ever watched, we didn't really give up on it. The owner kind of gave up on it. It was, yes, more trucks coming. It was the Mustang on season 1. It was Dan's friend. They kind of split. Do the car owners get a break on the cost? Like I said, all the stuff that we require as far as filming is just they come in and meet with Dan, and all of that stuff is already something that they would be doing with us. Yes, we do have an upstairs here. Dan has an amazing antique collection, which is great. Yes, we loved the old Jeep that we did. It was amazing. We loved those customers. They were so sweet. Congratulations on yours. Oh, thank you, Brazil. You're so sweet. 69 GTO, that should be really easy for you to sell. It's an amazing car. One of the bigger muscle cars. What does Dan drive personally? Dan varies it a little bit. So it changes, and it also really depends on the weather. If it's bad weather, then he'll just drive a daily driver. When you first got hired, did you know anything about cars? I did. My dad has actually been a mechanic my entire life, so I had a little bit of knowledge, but trust me, it has beyond doubled and tripled and all of that since I have started here. Is Dan hard to work for? No, not really. When it comes to expectations, it's what we have to do for our customers. So I have actually been really lucky to grow with the company. What do I drive? I drive a PT Cruiser. It is very good on gas, and it has all the storage and stuff that I need. Does anyone complain about the test drives? Do you mean like the people here or the customers? just so the test drive thing, the way that we test drive the cars is the way that we expect the owners to test drive the cars. We would rather something come up with us than them go out and drive it like they stole it and something go happen. Not saying that that's how we drive them, but nonetheless, it's always, we try to make sure that we can anticipate things before they come up. Now, I have to let everyone go, so thank you so much for joining us for today. Like I said, we're really going to try to do this a little bit more often, so hopefully maybe next Friday we'll be able to do it as well. So keep in mind it's Fridays at 3, which is Eastern Standard Time, and so get your questions and everything like that together, and hopefully this will start being something that we're able to do more. So y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you so much for joining.